New York City, famed for its towering skyline, faces a dire threat: climate change and rising sea levels. But it's not backing down. In a bold move, the city unveils a billion-dollar plan to fortify against the impending crisis. It's a battle for survival, with every neighborhood rallying to defend their home. From Wall Street to Times Square, the city gears up for a showdown with nature itself. It's a race against time, but with innovation and determination, New York City is ready to confront the challenge head-on. New York City, the concrete jungle where dreams are made, faces a formidable adversary: climate change. Nestled along the coast, this iconic metropolis stands on the front line of environmental upheaval. With sea levels on the rise and storms brewing fiercer than ever, the city finds itself at a critical juncture. But why is New York City particularly vulnerable to these threats? It's all about location, location, location. You see, being situated on the coast exposes New York City to the full force of nature's wrath. Rising sea levels, fueled by melting ice caps and thermal expansion, loom ominously over low-lying areas like Lower Manhattan and parts of Brooklyn. These aren't just distant future scenarios. They're pressing realities threatening to reshape the cityscape. And then there's the issue of storm intensity. Hurricanes like Sandy serve as stark reminders of the havoc nature can wreak when it decides to unleash its fury. With climate change turbocharging these storms, New York City's coastal communities face an ever-growing risk of inundation, transportation disruptions, and property damage on a catastrophic scale. The subways, bridges, and roads that form the lifeblood of New York City were built in a different era, before rising sea levels and extreme weather became buzzwords. As a result, they're ill-equipped to handle the challenges of a changing climate. Take the subway system, for example. Beneath the bustling streets lies a network of tunnels vulnerable to flooding. When Sandy struck in 2012, the subway system suffered unprecedented damage, grinding the city to a halt and leaving millions stranded. It was a wake-up call, highlighting the urgent need for resilient infrastructure in the face of climate change. So where does New York City go from here? Recognizing the gravity of the situation, the city is taking action, from ambitious coastal protection projects to green infrastructure initiatives. New York City is doubling down on resilience. It's a race against time. But if there's one thing New Yorkers excel at, it's rising to the challenge. Enter the billion-dollar juggernaut known as the New York City Climate Resiliency Plan. It's not just a plan, it's a fortress of innovation, a shield against the storms of tomorrow. So, what's in the playbook? It's a dynamic mix of short-term fixes and long-term strategies, all aimed at fortifying the city's defenses. Think of it as a marathon, not a sprint. In the short term, quick wins like shoring up vulnerable infrastructure and improving emergency response systems are top priorities. It's about plugging the leaks and shoring up the city's defenses while laying the groundwork for the challenges ahead. But the real magic happens in the long term. We're talking about visionary projects that redefine what it means to be resilient in the face of climate change. From green roofs to seawalls, New York City is getting creative with its solutions. And it's not just about protecting the concrete jungle. It's about safeguarding the people who call it home. One key aspect of the plan is community engagement. After all, resilience isn't just about bricks and mortar. It's about empowering neighborhoods to weather the storm together. That means equipping residents with the knowledge and resources they need to stay safe when disaster strikes. The New York City Climate Resiliency Plan isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving in the face of adversity. It's about turning the tide on climate change and showing the world what's possible when a city comes together with a shared purpose. So, as the sun sets over the skyline and the waves lap at the city's shores, know this: New York City isn't going down without a fight. If you're enjoying this video and learning about new things, then make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Get ready for some serious upgrades, because New York City's billion-dollar battle plan is pulling out all the stops. A hefty chunk of those funds? They're earmarked for the ultimate glow-up: infrastructure improvements. We're talking about more than just a fresh coat of paint here. First up on the agenda, seawalls and flood barriers. The towering structures rising from the waterfront, ready to stand firm against the fury of the storm surges and rising sea levels. These bad boys aren't just for show. They're the city's first line of defense against nature's wrath. So, next time a hurricane comes knocking, New York City will be ready to show it the door. But wait, there's more. The plan also calls for a major overhaul to the city's sewer and drainage systems. Why? Because with climate change comes increased rainfall, and New York City's aging infrastructure just can't keep up. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's just not going to work. But fear not, because the city's getting a much-needed upgrade. From revamped sewers to state-of-the-art drainage systems, New York City is gearing up to handle whatever Mother Nature throws its way. These improvements aren't just about protecting buildings, they're about safeguarding lives. With stronger infrastructure in place, New Yorkers can rest a little easier knowing that their city is better equipped to handle the storms of tomorrow. It's a win-win for everyone. So, whether you're strolling along the waterfront or navigating the city streets, know this: New York City's billion-dollar battle plan isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving in the face of adversity. With seawalls rising and drains flowing, the city is ready to weather any storm that comes its way. Why all the greenery, you ask? Well, turns out Mother Nature has some pretty nifty tricks up her sleeve when it comes to combating climate change. Enter parks and green spaces, the unsung heroes of the urban landscape. These leafy havens don't just look pretty, they're actually hard at work behind the scenes, soaking up rainwater like sponges and reducing the risk of flooding. It's like having a natural drainage system built right into the city. Green spaces also play a crucial role in keeping things cool when the mercury starts to climb. Ever noticed how much nicer it feels to hang out in the shade of a tree on a scorching summer day? That's Mother Nature's air conditioning at work, my friend. So, what's the plan? Simple. More green, less gray. The billion-dollar battle plan includes provisions for creating and expanding green spaces throughout the city. From pocket parks to rooftop gardens, New York City is doubling down on its commitment to a greener, cooler future. All right, let's talk community power, because when it comes to tackling climate change, teamwork makes the dream work. Enter stage left, community engagement, the secret sauce in New York City's billion-dollar battle plan. So, what's the deal? Well, picture this. The city isn't just fighting climate change solo, it's recruiting an army of everyday heroes, aka you and me, to join the fight. How? By getting us in the know and getting us involved. First up, education. The city's rolling out the green carpet with initiatives aimed at spreading the word about the risks of climate change. From workshops to webinars, they're pulling out all the stops to make sure every New Yorker knows what's at stake. Because let's face it, knowledge is power, and when it comes to climate change, ignorance is not bliss. New York City isn't just preaching from the pulpit, it's giving us a seat at the table. From community forums to grassroots campaigns, they're inviting us to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty in the fight for resilience. Whether it's planting trees, retrofitting buildings, or advocating for renewable energy, there's something for everyone to get involved in. And speaking of renewable energy, that's another biggie on the agenda. The city's not just talking the talk, it's walking the walk with initiatives to promote energy efficiency and the use of renewable energy sources. Think solar panels on rooftops, wind turbines on the horizon, and a whole lot less reliance on fossil fuels. It's a win-win for the planet and our wallets. But here's the best part. By getting involved, we're not just fighting climate change, we're building stronger, more resilient communities. We're forging bonds, fostering solidarity, and proving that when New Yorkers come together, there's nothing we can't do. The billion-dollar plan represents a significant investment in New York City's future. While the challenges posed by climate change are daunting, the plan offers a roadmap for how the city can adapt and thrive in a changing climate. It serves as a model for other cities facing similar threats and underscores the importance of proactive planning in the face of climate change. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike the video if you disliked it. If you found this video valuable, check out these other videos on your screen. And please don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.